Or in this video, I'm gonna bring you guys way back. When I mention way back, we're talking in 1994, when I was 11 years old. This was the first time I was in danger while selling an item. Story takes place in late April. For those of you not familiar with Maine in late April, it's a season in Maine where humans begin to come out of hibernation. Winters are freezing. People lock themselves inside with nothing to do, waiting for the miserable winter's ending. Once April sunshine rolls in, the ground starts to thaw out, and temperatures reach over 50 degrees. It gives Mainers hope to look forward to. With hotter temperatures brings outdoor activities like four-wheeling and dirt bike riding, or in mine and Robbie's case, it was cruising on mopeds. We rode mopeds because it was the only thing we could ride under the age of 15, wouldn't get us in a significant amount of trouble. It was kind of a bicycle and kind of a motorcycle somewhere in between. 49cc, Yamaha with the top speed of around 40 miles an hour. For an 11-year-old kid going 40 miles an hour, you might as well be in the Daytona 500. The two of us would sit on the seat while one person drove. The person on the back usually looks out for the police. Officer Fahey loves to try to catch us on the moped, but he could never catch us. We grew up on the railroad tracks, every trail behind the pond near Amato's and the mechanic shop we built. Not with our hands, just by stomping through and riding, pounding the grass. The cops knew the trails were there, but they had no idea where they led to. They didn't know that we had trails all throughout the city. You had some of the older kids go out on our trails and bring mattresses and light fires and do all kinds of weird stuff, but that wasn't us. We were just riding. If it wasn't dirt bikes, we were riding BMX. It kept us out of trouble, gave us a hobby. Shame on the police for always trying to arrest us, especially Officer Fahey. David Dyro lived in the brown house on the corner of Elm Street. He was our mechanic. His dad worked on Mustangs, so David had access to any tool he desired, which gave us free access. David was working on the moped for about 3 weeks. Every time we called him, he said it was almost done, but then every time we went to his house, parts were scattered over his front lawn. We're not positive he was truly working on it, but he assured us he was. We explained to him we posted the moped in the Uncle Henry's guide. Somebody from Lisbon Falls is coming down to check it out tomorrow morning. Is there any possibility that you can have it completed by tomorrow morning? David said, "Don't. It would be ready and we could pick it up in the morning." The way Uncle Henry's guide worked was you were allowed to write an article up to 50 words. You get 2 free articles a week. Anything over your 2 articles, you have to pay extra. We weren't selling a ton of items, so between me and Robbie, that's 4 free listings. It was plenty enough for a week. The Uncle Henry's Guide was a free magazine you could pick up at any convenience store or grocery store, and the whole community used it. This was before the internet, when we used devices called telephones. I know you Gen Zers don't know what a telephone is, but it was a heavy microphone attached to wires, and there was a thing called long distance. Anyways, I can make a whole nother video about long distance. Me and Robbie put the moped for sale in the Uncle Henry's Guide for $250. You replied to responses by standing next to the telephones if you didn't have an answering machine. Answering machines were high-tech. Not everybody had an answering machine. So I asked Robbie if the moped was ready, and he said, "Yeah, we can go pick it up from David's," the guy from Lisbon Falls. He says he's on his way. It's gonna be an easy sale. It's gonna take him 3 hours to get here. We're gonna walk to David's house, which is 15 minutes away, and ride the moped back to Robbie's house. His mom was at work, and we were gonna wait for the guy to show up and sell it to him. Well, things don't always go as planned. We get to David's house, and the moped is still sitting in multiple pieces on his front lawn. We're banging on David's door. He's not answering, we know he's home, but he's ignoring us. So by the time me and Robbie get back to Robbie's house, the guy almost there. Keep in mind, guys, I'm 11, Robbie's 13. Robbie's idea is to shut all the windows, lock all the doors, and don't answer the phone and just be quiet when he starts knocking. Well, that doesn't work either because the guy starts throwing rocks at the house. It looked like Richard was gonna save us, but I don't know what he was gonna do. Maybe squirt him to death. All Richard's got is a super soaker. Richard was like 15 years old, borderline schizophrenic. Solid dude. The guy's buying the moped is like 50 years old. Long hair mullet style, looks like a biker. He's got his old lady with him, and they're yelling, saying we just drove all the way from Lisbon Falls. Where is the damn moped? Robbie is yelling, saying, "It's at the mechanics. It's gonna be done soon." The guy says, "You kept telling me it was at the mechanics, but it was gonna be drivable. What happened?" The guy doesn't know that we're kids. All we can do is hear his voice. So the guy starts using his shoulder to ram the door. Robbie's got a big house, so we decided to barricade ourselves in his room with mattresses and furniture. The guy breaks the door down me, and Robbie and Richard are barricaded in the room, and Robbie is swearing at them. I'm trying to open up the window, trying to sneak out, but I can't figure out how to unlatch it, and the guy's threatening us, and he's not happy. He wants to hurt us, and he's trying to get through the barricade. I am so scared. My heart is racing 100 miles an hour. All I wanted to do was call my mom. Boom, boom, it's getting louder. He's almost through the barricade. I'm crying, I'm shaking. I just want to go home. Boom, 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 boom. I grab a blanket and curl up in a ball. I'm yelling, please don't hurt me, please don't hurt me, boom, boom, boom. The guy gets through the barricade, comes in the room with a crowbar and a big piece of metal. It was a big piece of metal. He rips the covers off me, and he swings like he's gonna whack me. And then he realizes that we're kids. He swears at us, and he's mad as heck. But he decides he can't hurt kids, so he left. Richard called the cops. Cops came. We all gave a description of the guy, we gave his license plate number, and wrote a full statement. The guy ended up getting arrested, and later Robbie's mom ended up dropping the charges on him because the guy's old lady wrote a check and gave it to Tammy Robbie's mom to bury the hatchet. And we never heard from him again. That's one of the first stories of reselling stories. Subscribe to Reselling Mopeds, I mean Reselling Robbie, I mean Moped Stories, haha, you know what I'm saying.